Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat. I'm one of your hosts, Julia. I'm here with Bob Cook, who is on board Celebrity Edge right now, the very first cruise departing from the U.S. Bob, take it away. We are skipping the news. We are going straight into hearing about your Edge experience. Let's hear about it.
Wonderful. Well, let me tell you, the Edge has been a spectacular experience so far. I'm lucky to be among the 1,100 or so guests that are able to sail on the first sailing from the United States in 15 months. And we did it here with the Celebrity Edge. Spectacular ship. I cannot say enough about how beautiful the ship is, number one. It still has that new car smell, even though it was introduced in November 2018. And I cannot say how excited and how happy and how friendly and how wonderful the entire crew are. Everyone has a sense of relief. For a lot of people, especially for Richard Fain, who is the CEO of Royal Caribbean and sailing with us today, he is probably, this is his 4th of July, his Thanksgiving, his Christmas, and his New Year all rolled into one. It's showing that you can sail safely from the United States. We are all vaccinated. I will say that every passenger is vaccinated. There are 24 children that are not, and they have been tested before they boarded. They'll be tested again before we get off the ship. But it's just a wonderful feeling to be on this vessel. I was on its inaugural voyage, its maiden voyage, and now I'm on its new maiden voyage. And we're sailing with Captain Kate, she is something else. She has a Facebook following that's phenomenal, personal, lovely person to talk to. We'll stop and talk to anyone, and she does it all in Louboutin heels. You can always see where she is. You can see the red as she's walking away. So, yeah, everyone is so happy. It's a happy ship. Okay, I couldn't hear you for some reason. I don't know why, but I'll just continue on. I am right now in the Club Eden. Club Eden is a unique room. You can hear some music in the background. I couldn't get it turned off, but this is a room that used to be a performance venue where you had people that would interact with you. In times of COVID and due to lack of people really being enthusiastic about the program, they've converted it into a lovely lounge where you'll have a quartet or a trio, usually a jazz singer, very much in nature. You can see behind me all the live plants. I am in the upper level of the ship right now, on the upper level of the Edge. As you walk around, there is a sort of a nautilus type shape that gets you down to the lower level. Everything is very organic. Everything is very earthy, and it's beautiful. It's really 3 stories too. It has a separate restaurant on the bottom that is an a la carte restaurant. Then the main floor, and then this. If you heard that, we are docked in Costa Maya, and the seas are so high. I'm on the stern of the ship. They're coming up underneath there's an overhang. They're hitting the bottom, and every so often we get the shudder. When we're sailing, we don't have that, but you probably saw a little shudder then. That's nothing. It's the roughest port I've ever been tied to a dock in, but it's okay. I'm here.
Bob, take us back to Saturday, your embarkation day. Take us a little through that process, because this is the very first cruise from the U.S. Yes. What was it like? What was different? What were some highlights?
When we embarked, the most important thing we had to do was download the app onto our iPhone or onto our the iPhone or your Android device. You have downloaded the Celebrity app. You had your set and sail pass on it. Everything on the ship is attached to your card. But I'll get into that in a minute. So when I checked in, I showed my pass, showed my vaccine card. Thank you. Go up the escalator. Again, passport now, and vaccine card, and my set and sail pass. Did that? Fine. Got to the next place, which was getting on the ship. I showed my set and sail pass. Got right on board. From the time I was walked through the pier doors till the time I entered on deck 4, it was 8 minutes. So it was so smooth.
Say that again. 8 minutes?
8 minutes. 8 minutes from door to ship.
Wow.
They're doing this because they are telling you to come at a specific time. If you follow the rules of when you come at a specific time, there is no issue. You are just smooth sailing onto the ship. Now, we are only sailing with 1,100 passengers, so that does make a difference. But the entire venue, the entire place, the entire ship, the boarding procedure and everything was just a breeze. And getting on the ship, you get to your cabin, your door's open, your room key is in the door, but I could have opened the door with my phone. I can do everything on my phone. I can talk to people I'm traveling with on the phone. I can do anything. So it was a breeze getting on board.
And I
the
might
big thing
add
when you
that
yeah.
also, Bob, that there were only 25 travel advisors invited on board this
That's
very
true.
first sailing. So this is it's quite cool. I'm so excited that you are one of those select somebody from Go Travel is on board. It's very cool. Now, what about the overall atmosphere? Because we had a team meeting earlier, and one of the cool things that we were talking about was the atmosphere. Where do we see masks? Where do we not see masks? Do you feel like you're in a hospital? What's the overall feeling?
Overall feeling is happiness, relief that we're sailing again. Literally, the crew is the happiest I've ever seen them. Of course, I contribute a lot of that to Captain Kate. Captain Kate, she's very well loved as a captain. But everyone was happy to be back. We talked to the waiters. A lot of them are from the Philippines and India. They are so happy to be back. They're earning money again. We talked to the bartenders. They're happy because they're making money. Speaking of bartenders, Richard Fain did do a little mixology for us 2 days in a row, actually. Maybe we'll see him again today. But everyone is happy. The only place I don't really see happy people are in the casino. It's the only place.
Never. I don't think that's ever a case.
Never. You walk in that door and no smile, except the winners. You can see, you know who's winning because they're smiling. But the crew and the passengers alone are they're talking to each other. They're interacting. This is going to sound strange, but this is the way a cruise used to be 30 years ago when people would talk to each other. And even though you're all on the phone, they're still talking. Oh, where are you from? Oh, isn't this exciting? I'm on the cruise. A large number of first-time cruisers on board, which is unusual. A lot of Captain's Club, which are certain levels of how many cruises you've been on. A lot of people that said they would never take a cruise before, but decided they were going to try it, even with the fear of COVID and everything. And trust me, there is no fear of COVID. We are not required to wear masks, but all of the crew has to wear masks.
And you said that they're beautiful cloth, celebrity branded masks.
Cloth, celebrity branded, beautiful cloth. They fit beautifully. They're better than anything that I've ever had to wear. Those paper ones that if you sneeze, they're ruined. But we have them here in Mexico. We are required to wear them indoors. If you're outside, you do not need the mask. In any of the shops, you are required to have the mask.
Well, and you bring up a good point, Bob. I'd like to go over what is going on with shore excursions and getting on and off the ship, because I know that's a big question for everyone. But first, one of the main hot topics as we're starting to recruise again is, what is the buffet like? Everybody has this question. Okay. And Bob, you sent us a video of walking through, what was this? Was this yesterday, a couple days ago?
This was, actually it was Sunday.
Okay, we're going to pull that up, and just take us through that experience. Okay. I think this is really cool because you can actually see real passengers, what it feels like, what's the vibe.
It's the trending question on Twitter. Okay, first of all, we came to the Ocean View Cafe, which is their buffet area, very lovely area on the stern of the ship. We're walking through. I did this video, so I'm sorry. It's a little slow, but that's the ice cream bar. It wasn't open yet. You walk in, you are greeted. I don't have.
And there you see the staff with the mask, right there.
Yes, the mask. Stop. Staff with the mask. Sanitize your hands and also wash your hands. There's a big washing area outside. Some of the people eating. getting over. We just passed a coffee bar. Now this is the bakery, the fresh bakery goods. Again, you choose them yourself.
And it looks like
Just
what we're
wanna-
used to. Celebrity was already
It's
doing this
exactly.
in the past with the helping of the servers.
Yes.
We've seen this on a lot of brands that started doing that back in the day. And sweet little staff.
Yeah, well, yes. She's sweet. She's very sweet. She talked to me afterward. But again, you can order your food. They make the omelet still for you fresh. There are certain areas that they do serve you, but it's no big deal. You know, they'll pass it out, and I think that'll change eventually too. But it's a lovely area. You can get as much food as you want because they got away from trays a long time ago. So you do have a plate. You know, they knew people were piling stuff onto plates, onto trays. So they're doing a plates area, but it's fully open. Now, of course, on our cruise, it's not everything. All the stations aren't open because the ship isn't full of guests. So
Sure.
we don't have to, to accommodate them.
Okay, so it looks pretty normal. Let's shift into what's going on quickly on food. Anything different with your dining in the evenings or in the main dining rooms?
No,
Same thing.
same service, same attention to detail, almost better quality than before. We literally have not had anything that was not good. You can tell in over 3 days how they've geared up their service. You know, the first day they're back, it's been 15 months. They haven't had to do anything for people. So it's lovely to have that. You know, you can see they're comfortable serving you. They were scared to death because, if they dropped a knife, if they put a knife down and didn't have a glove, it was, catastrophe. It's a lot better now that people are working with each other. They're enjoying working. And you can see it now, and the nervousness is gone. By Saturday, they're going to be all pros.
I see Kathleen was asking if you are in Eden. Yes, in fact, if you're
I am in Eden.
Right
Yes,
now.
I am. I'm up on the 3rd level at the head of the Nautilus curve going down. As I told before, Eden has changed a lot from people who sailed before. There's no more of the performance people. That was a little too much in your face, and with COVID, you don't want someone in your face. So this has turned into a jazz, light entertainment venue. They do all of the trivia here, which we won. We won
What?
trivia.
Of
Yes,
course
we
did,
won.
Bob.
Go
Of course
Travel
we did.
continues. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the ports. Let's talk about the ports. This is the big question because you're the first to experience what are the real rules. There's been a lot of speculation as things have been going on. We've heard about bubble tours. What's going on?
Well, they were offering bubble tours, and most people did take them. However, if you would book something through a private excursion place, you could take it. Mexico requires, if you're outside, you don't need a mask at all. When you go inside a store, you do need a mask. That's the basic difference. And you have to ride, if you take a cab, it has to be a sanctioned cab, which means that it's been cleaned and things like that. So, but it's like a regular port, getting off the ship, walking up to the little shops and stalls. I know my roommate is over getting a $20 massage on the beach. Then he's going to have lunch and a margarita and another $20 massage. That's an hour for $20 right on the beach. It's a beautiful little place, not too far from where we dock here in Costa Maya. Yeah. So it's no worries about having to be trapped. If you go off a tour, you're going to be banned from coming back on the ship. No, you're responsible humans, you're educated humans, and you're vaccinated humans.
Yeah. Now that's the question. As this was a fully vaccinated cruise, except for, of course, that certain number of children, was there any testing involved?
No. Well, yes. If you were not vaccinated, if you do not have a vaccination card, you were tested. So all the children had to be tested because they're under 16 or 18, whatever the limit is for the vaccine. They were tested. You had a separate entrance to go in. You were tested, and then they brought you back onto the ship. But no one was denied boarding. There were no incidents of any COVID activity on anybody. So we're pretty good.
For the upcoming cruises, as there will continue to be some percentage of people that are not showing proof of vaccines. Same thing goes for them. They will be just tested on a regular basis.
They will be tested.
They have a different procedure.
And for adults who are unvaccinated, there will be specialty areas that they can't go to. There'll be shows for unvaccinated people at this point. Things change every week. I think this cruise is showing that there's a lot of things that did not have to be taken into consideration. And remember, they know everyone where you are. They know because you have the app. It is a device that can tell who you came in contact with. I was in the elevator with someone, and this person developed COVID. They literally have a computer program that can go back and track every single person he was near. So you don't have to test the whole ship.
Now, you mentioned some shows. What has been going on with shows? Are they blocking seats? Because what percentage capacity is the sailing?
Well, this sailing is only 36%, but the theater was full. The theater holds about 1,100 or 1,200 people. From what I could see, the theater was primarily full. We have had a lovely tribute show to Aretha Franklin. She came out singing Pink Cadillac, which is a great song. I love that song from her. And the second night they did a show called Kaleidoscope, which is a production number, but a very nice production number. Full staff, full band, probably 12 performers in the show. And I consider it a good show because I could understand the words. That's my criteria. But no COVID restrictions in the theater. Really nowhere. People are touching each other. They're holding it. They're hugging. There's a lot of small mini groups on here of families. And they're all just having a ball, having a great time. So it's really a spectacular cruise.
I see here Tina says she's looking forward to cruising again. She can't wait.
Oh, I know. As I said before, when I said about Richard Fain, it was really more about me. Hey, Tom Muldoon, how are you? It was, to me, it was more about, it was my 4th of July. I described it on WKMG when I was interviewed about 2 weeks ago when I found out I was sailing. This is my 4th of July, my Thanksgiving, my Christmas, and my New Year. It's been 15 months. It's the longest time in my life that I have not sailed on a cruise ship since I was a child. And it's lovely to be back. I'm just, and the thing about it, it's like I never left. It's so familiar. Everyone falls into it. Yes, when we came on board, but now everyone's just, you were on a cruise. Hey, this is great. Of course, we have a lot of press on the ship. I think CBS did a show this morning. But it's really a really nice feeling to be back on board.
Well, and I'm sure it brings a lot of confidence. You've got Captain Kate, you have Richard Fain, they're cruising, they're confident in the product. Even Richard Fain, who didn't get a haircut for how many months because he said, we're not going to do this until we are confident and ready to roll. And now he's on board. I think that he's just signaled to everyone.
With his curly hair, he's not straightening his hair anymore. It's natural. And you can see him. The crew are just, he's like a rock star to them. He gave them their life back. And they're hugging him. He's hugging them. You can see that Richard Fain, everything on Celebrity and Royal Caribbean and Silversea comes from the top and works its way down. When you have someone like Richard Fain in charge, that has to filter down. And I can say right down, we're traveling with our business development manager, Yolanda Shepard. She has not had a smile off her face this entire cruise. She is just so happy.
Well, and speaking of Yolanda, I know that we do have a special offer. I want to make sure that we announce.
Yes, we do.
Do let us know in the comments if you have any questions. We have Bob, who is right in the heart of it. He's on board. He can answer any questions that you might be having. But Bob, talk to us about that. We have a limited time offer that's only while you are on board, which is through this Saturday, right?
Yes. We have been among the chosen few to be able to offer to you, our guests and our friends, the ability to book a future cruise with shipboard credit. What does that mean? If you will send an email to confirm@gotravel.com, we will send you the link to make this registration. What we need, I'm going to go into what I need, then what it is. We need your name, your address, your phone number, your email, and your credit card. $200 will hold a future cruise credit. for which you will get anywhere from a $50 to a $500 onboard credit by booking this. Here's the caveat. It must be booked within 90 days of the reservation being made. But the good thing is you can do up to 3. So if you know you're going to be cruising and want to cruise on Celebrity, make those future cruise reservations and get that little extra added benefit. The other good thing about this is Go Travel has a large number of groups that we sell. We have a large number of special sailings. This is combinable with those, so you will get our pricing plus the benefit. So I think we're going to show it on screen. Here it is. See, $50 is for an inside cabin for 4 or 5 nights, and it's per stateroom, up to $500 for a 16-night plus cruise in the upper category suites. But if you typically book a voyage and you're going on a 7-night cruise, there's $150. Now remember, that can be applied to a short excursion because your drinks. One additional offer is all your classic beverage pack is included, gratuities, and Wi-Fi. So you can use the credit to upgrade your Wi-Fi if you want to use your score excursion, but we're giving you $150 cash. That's good as long as you make the reservation within 90 days, and your agent will be able to help you with it. We just want to get those names in. So again, send an email to confirm@gotravel.com, and the subject say, send me the link for Celebrity. I will be giving them all of that on Friday, and let's really impress Celebrity. Let's get it out there. Let's get 50 cabins booked. That's my goal. 50.
Yeah, if you just visit gotravel.com and say I'm ready for the Celebrity offer, your specialist will be able to provide all that information for you. But it's just something super cool while Bob's on the cruise, and really neat.
And what if we have your email now, we're going to send it out. We're going to be sending out a link also to our guests. What else? Tell
me any other highlights. We have a few minutes more while we're here live.
Well, the highlights that I have had this week. Yesterday was Pride Day, and Captain Kate was very emphatic on talking about Pride. That it was the 50th anniversary. There had been 2 weddings on board of LGBTQ couples. Very, again, inclusive. People will come up, and it's just, you can't describe how wonderful the people are, and that's what it is. It's just a very comfortable, a very wonderful vibe. I'm looking forward to the next couple of days, and if you tell us you want it, we'll do another live thing maybe later on this week. I'm going to be doing some for some private groups, but email me, send me a comment, send a comment through here, or send a comment to bobc@gotravel.com. I'll be glad to answer it. Get on board the ship. Book. The ship is spectacular.
Let us know if there's any area you want to see, if there's any specific question you want to see how it is, and Bob will take a video and showcase it for you.
Right. Excellent. Yes. This has been fun.
What are your plans for tonight, Bob? We're going to live through you.
What am I doing? Yes. Tonight I am going to just be having dinner and going to the show, and just basically.
Do you know which restaurant? Which restaurant? Do you know yet? Or how does that work?
Probably.
Even?
Well, you make the reservation every day in the restaurant you want to eat in. So I've eaten in Normandy, Cyprus, and Cosmopolitan. So I'll probably eat in Tuscan. But Tuscan is where also I've been there because that's where they do the Captain's Club elite breakfasts for those of you who are elite members. And if you travel on Royal Caribbean before, if you're diamond on them, you're going to be elite on Celebrity. So you can cross channel the benefits.
Kathleen
Blue, okay, I'll take
Blue.
A picture of Blue. Okay, it's actually one deck down right outside of Eden. And it's unique because it's all a chainmail wall that sort of flows and curves through it with roses everywhere. Yeah, I'll get a picture of that. Good.
Wonderful. Well, in a second here, we're going to exit with a nice little video of Edge. That's just a hyperlapse quick tour. If you hadn't spent much time in the past learning about Edge and hadn't thought about going on the ship, we'll have a quick little tour here on our way out. But in the meantime, any notes for our guests today, and what would you say in 1 minute if you had to tell someone who was curious about cruising again after being on board?
Well, book a veranda cabin, have your balcony because it's lovely to have breakfast out there. They deliver your coffee or your tea or whatever else, a nice little breakfast that you can have out there. Don't be afraid to say hello to somebody. If they don't say hello back, there's many more guests. Be friendly, smile. Smile is contagious, and now we don't have to wear masks. It's even more so. But just be friendly, be open, be engaged, be engaging, and have a good time.
Well, thank you so much, Bob. This is just so exciting. We're all living right through you, and it's just so great to see you on board back in Eden. I remember when we were on right during those inaugural sailings in Eden,
Yes.
and it was just wild, and that ship was just spectacular. And
Yes.
then now we've got Apex coming out, and then Beyond. This whole class of ship is just spectacular. And
it's as beautiful as it was in 2018. Just as beautiful.
Oh,
thank you, Julia. And if people want, we'll do another one.
Oh,
so let us know.
And Tina says cruising is back. Yes, it is, Tina.
Yes, it is. It definitely is.
All right. Well, we will exit with this beautiful video. In the meantime, you have a lovely dinner tonight, Bob. We will be thinking of you, and hopefully we'll see you again sometime this week for another highlight tour.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Julia. Take care, all. Bye-bye.